The music's a little bit loud. Let's try that. All right, so Bright Spark is scripted by Bandit. A really interesting, aggressive AI with some individual unit control, but it seems to coordinate them pretty well. It dates back to the HD days. Meanwhile, Gladiator is one of Rorik's AIs. I think it might have been a script off AI. If it wasn't, people in the chat can correct me. Just kind of about the history of Gladiator's development and when Rorik created it. And I think most of us have seen the Gladiator's strategy in Arabia. Bright Spark will definitely have to be aggressive and find Gladiator if it's going to be able to hold off Gladiator's big attack. So we do have, let's see, trying to find, okay, so we do have a Deer Arabia. And Gladiator did build a lumber camp in the back, it looks like, but Gladiator is pushing in deer. And it's missing 2 of the geese. And actually, Bright Spark even has a chance to claim them instead of Gladiator. We'll see if that's the case. Alright, looks like Bright Spark has just gone back. It's like, oh, I found the... Actually, did Bright Spark find the enemy? He did not. So I wonder why Bright Spark Scott is going back. A little bit far, unfortunately, for Gladiator's deer pushing, but it's better than nothing for sure. Still hasn't found his geese. So that's definitely going to be hurting the food income. Looks like they're going to go and collect the berries. And also looks like Gladiator was slow in hunting the elephants. Were they just not explored? I think it's found both of the elephants, yeah. So I'm not sure what delayed those elephants getting hunted. We also don't have a whole lot of villagers to help out. So hopefully the elephant didn't just like flee away. Looks like that might be happening, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Bright Spark is going to the feudal age. Let's see, will the... okay, yep, elephants hunted far away, unfortunately. But we got a mining camp for Gladiator. And the barracks for Bright Spark. Alright, Bright Spark's in feudal age. Got the archer range. And maybe soon a blacksmith. Bringing in the second elephant, which is pretty late, as Gladiator's going up to feudal age, add in the barracks. But, oh, looks like we might have a boar lame. Oh, but the Gladiator's stealing that elephant back. I think that boar lame failed. So Bright Spark is going for skirmishers. Alright, so the scout was killed. And Gladiator's going up to Castle Age, so Bright Spark is going to have to do some damage here pretty quickly. Add in the +1 armor. The skirmishers do have the +1 attack on this. Scout is killing off one skirmisher, might kill off a second before it dies. And Bright Spark captures the geese that Gladiator didn't find. Oh, and the stable goes down. Do we have a second being built somewhere? The Gladiator doesn't have the wood for the stable. Okay, there we go. And this one might be delayed as well if Bright Sparks finds it. Yep. This one's going to get denied as well. Okay, there we go. This one might happen. Nope. And Gladiator, once again, doesn't have the wood for the stable. But it's got the +1 armor for the units that have yet to be trained. And still doesn't have the wood. Has the market though, so you could trade, like, sell, buy some wood. Oh, okay, stable. Is this happening? Doesn't see the villagers yet. So I think the stable will go up. Doesn't have the Gladiator doesn't have the food for an elephant yet. Oh, I gave away the strategy. Spoilers. I want to see at least one elephant trained here. But the Gladiator might only have enough food to maintain villager production. I wonder if Rourke would have added the ability to sell, to buy food in order to train the battle elephants. But meanwhile, the food economy does seem to have been safe for a little bit. Oh, here we go. One skirmisher down. That skirmisher's doing a good job of dodging the TC. Not anymore. Are you nervous yet, Bandit? Castle Age being researched for Bright Spark. Yeah, Warwick's, I'm sure Warwick is nervous as well, waiting to see if this battle thing can cause the damage it needs. We got a second one out somewhere, and a third one on the way. Now, importantly, Bright Spark does have 5 spearmen. One right there. The second one right here. So that's some good response from Bright Spark. So, something that Gladiator doesn't have yet is husbandry. I feel like that'd be really important in this match. Up to 4 battle elephants for Gladiator, down to 2, down to 1. I talked about husbandry. I don't know if I would prioritize husbandry over a battle elephant. It's a good question. I'd be curious to see what people think in the chat, if you would save up for husbandry first and continue training battle elephants after that at this point. So 3 spearmen here. And that battle elephant wasn't able to kill them off. A late skirmisher for Bright Spark. Also getting Bodkin. So these skirmishers will start doing more damage against the battle elephants. Alright, Gladiator going to this back gold here. Doesn't have the wood for a mining camp. We've got a helpful lion here. Not anymore. Pikeman coming for Bright Spark. And we haven't seen battle elephants for a long time. Just trying to remind myself of the Shu military bonuses. This probably would have been a game where going for archers into crossbows would probably been the better strategy for Bright Spark, without knowing Gladiator's strategy. Against like the average opponent going to melee, I suppose the skirmishers would be a good choice. Just assuming that they would go for ranged units instead of battle elephants. And this Battlefield's unfortunately just running around and not attacking the pikemen like it should. The pikemen are actually faster than the battle elephants. So we do have a couple of rams for Bright Spark. He hasn't set them out yet. But I do believe sending these in against the TC is the next move. At this point, this should be a Bright Spark victory. Just gonna give it a minute or so to make sure it ends up that way. Alright, so I'm gonna end the game. GG. Just to take a look at here. Was a little bit scary around this point before the Spearmen came in, but it was a good response from Bright Spark. Alright, so we got game 2. Bright Spark plays as Bulgarians, and Gladiator plays as Cumans on Arena. All right, and here we go. Bright Spark on game 1. So we got Bright Spark playing Bulgarians and Gladiator playing as Cumans, both the last con civilizations. And it's a deer arena, so I see Gladiator pushing in some deer. Very nice. Meanwhile, Bright Spark Scout is trying to do something. Not quite sure what. Must be some sort of DUC scouting. I got the first lumber camp there, though. Alright, let's see if Bright Spark might be pushing in the deer in. Alright, so just like exploring maybe. But Bright Spark has found all of the geese, so at least that's good. And bringing in the first boar. And meanwhile, Gladiator's actually missing 4 geese, probably due to the early deer pushing. And I wonder if it's already met the home exploration time. Really hoping that he doesn't go out this gate. Okay. Come on, get these geese. Alright, so let's got those, and let's see if these other 2 are claimed. Alright, so close. Come on. There we go. It's always a shame to see an AI miss its starting sheep. Got a mill for Gladiator. Let's see, what's the... Yeah, so that boar is... They don't have to bring in the second boar quite yet. But Bright Spark has brought in the second boar. We got a mill placed. And bringing in the last... one of the deer. Got 2 more to go. Meanwhile, Gladiator has found Bright Spark's base. And also, in case anyone hasn't realized it yet, Bright Spark has tied Naga in first place at this point. So looking for 1 more win to get ahead of Naga and make it really interesting for our last match, our last set of the day. Barracks placed by Gladiator. Also has a stone mining camp. Also a gold mining camp, but the villagers aren't gathering from the gold mining camp. So that's really unfortunate. But Bright Spark has a similar issue. It doesn't have a gold mining camp because it doesn't have the wood. Bright Spark is about a minute away from feudal age. And it does seem to be saving the wood for the barracks. We got a archer range in the middle of nowhere. Scout coming in to help. But it does look like it's Gladiator was smart. It has some villager control to keep them forced to build this archery range. I think in most cases, if villagers are attacked with wild animals, they'll give up and stop building. So that's nice to see. Gladiator is already present with a lot of military. A spearman, adage, plus an archer on the way. And then we got a forward siege workshop. So instead of a Cumin 2 TC boom, we're definitely seeing like a aggressive feudal age batting ram push. And Bright Spark is reacting with a defensive tower. Got a blacksmith up. And pretty soon we'll have enough wood for the second feudal age building. And it'll be a market. So it's looking like a boom strategy for Bright Spark. Though he's adding some men-at-arms for defense. Or maybe it is a more of an aggressive strategy, and he just doesn't need the archer ancient staple in the build order. But we'll see if he has enough to respond to Gladiator's push here. Battering ram already attacking the walls. And these walls are weakened because of the feudal age HP. So it's nice that Bright Spark has man-at-arms which can kill the rams pretty easily. But the rams are in. And got a spearman, a couple archers, and the starting scout probably. Yeah, here to assist. Bright Spark is reacting. Killing out the spearman. That scout should be able to be killed off pretty easily. And now the men-at-arms are going for the rams. So it's looking like this push is not going to be successful for a Gladiator. But it definitely would be a nice reaction against an AI that's going for just a fast castle boom. Like, I'm not sure if my AI would be able to react to it properly. Even though it has like the tower defense system, they wouldn't be able to cause enough damage to the rams to prevent the rams from breaking in. Alright, Bright Spark's adding an archer range. Gladiator added still adding rams and sending them in, but they're not being defended by any other units. Bright Spark's got 8 men-at-arms. So it's nice to see that there's the villager ram response from Bright Spark. Captain Siege Rams have more melee armor than they used to, but that doesn't benefit Battering Rams at all. Big score difference here from Bright Spark. It's like 700 points. About half of that is military. And also the economy, well, the economy might just be from extra buildings, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, probably all the farms that Bright Spark has, where Gladiator basically has no farms at all. It doesn't need it for its army. I think if Gladiator continues to try this approach, it's probably not going to be that effective. We might see this tower go down. It's also kind of unfortunate Bright Spark's keeping its units this far out. So this ram is going to go down pretty quickly. I think this one will as well. Yeah, so it looks like the Gladiator's Rams have now seen the TC. So let's see if that changes their behavior. Looks like they might just be like trying to charge straight to the TC. Maybe this push will be a little bit more effective. Alright, Rams got the first hit and second hit on the TC. Third hit. It's nice to see the attack and animations and sounds actually line up with the attack now. The Rams are one of the worst cases where the animations didn't line up with the actual attack. I think that's actually how I first learned about the animations and attacks not lining up in the original game. It was like the most obvious thing to see that the unit wasn't getting, or building wasn't getting hurt when the RAM graphic was swinging. So this is the first time we're seeing Bright Spark kind of go outside the walls. It seems to be cleaning up Gladiator's units here. Bright Sparking is about to add a wheelbarrow, add a farming mill here in the back. Someone should have told me that we're just going through all the different civilization jingles. Or the opening themes with the soundtrack. Alright, so this ram will probably, the tower will finally go down. It's strange that they're going for that house, though. They must have just been going off of, like, default behavior. Alright, Bright Sparks and Castle Age adding the second TC. I was about to wonder if maybe eventually this TC going down, like how Bright Spark would respond to that. But there's going to be second TC from Bright Spark, so it probably won't matter. Bright Spark's got Long Swordsman due to the Civ bonus. So I don't think any Rams will reach the TC from now on. I feel like Gladiator's entertainment is repetitive. So Bright Spark's got up to over 40 military at this point. I wonder if we might be seeing an attack coming pretty soon. Looks like this siege workshop will go down pretty soon. Alright, now it's Bright Spark's turn to attack. So we're seeing Bright Spark's units kind of clump around here instead of attacking. Looks like they're trying to like garrison inside the rams, which is kind of cool to see. But okay, there we go. So we might be seeing game over pretty soon. I think once this TC gets destroyed, I'll call the game. Alright, there we go, GG. Bright Spark won both of his games. So unfortunately for Gladiator, Bright Spark had a good response with his Feudal Age army to the aggressive attack, and Gladiator just not able to adapt and scale up the attack to counter Bright Spark's army. So let's take a look at the game here.